Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Once again, that website address is www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com, the internet's best place for clinical trials content, clinical trials information. We discuss clinical trials in plain language every day. We try to demystify clinical trials. Today what I'm going to do is try to demystify and kind of explain what, in very general terms, okay, because every study is different, but I'll try to explain in very general terms what you can expect from your very first study visit in a clinical trial. So what typically happens is you schedule an appointment, and this is called a screening visit for your first visit for a clinical trial. So what they're going to do is they're going to take you into their clinic. They may pick you up with a car, they may send a taxi cab to pick you up, they may ask you to drive yourself, and they may reimburse you for the parking and transportation later. However you get there, you will get to the clinic, and then the visit will begin. You will probably sign in. A study coordinator will probably walk you into the actual clinic and have you sit down in a private room where it will just be you and either the study coordinator or the study doctor or a study nurse, someone affiliated with the study from that clinic, is going to sit down with you and explain what the study is all about, what the study entails. They're gonna bring you what's called the informed consent document, which is the document that pretty much explains your risks and benefits of being in that trial, possible side effects, what you can expect to do in the trial, what type of procedures you can expect to complete during the trial, the nature of the trial, the purpose of the trial, things like that. So it's like pretty detailed stuff. This usually takes about 30, 45, sometimes even 60 minutes to go over. Now, make sure that you completely understand what the trial will require of you during this time. Make sure that you really thoroughly understand everything, your risks, the benefits of joining, why the study is being done, how many people they're looking for, why they think you're a good candidate for that trial. Make sure you really understand everything. Make sure you have all the phone numbers written down, emergency contacts, things like that. This will take about an hour, okay? Once that's done, you're going to probably start the study from that day. So you're probably going to get some vital signs done. They're going to check your blood pressure. They might draw your blood because they have to ship your blood out. They may ask for a urine sample. They do want to test for drugs. They want to see if there's any illicit drugs in your system. They also want to see if you're taking any other medications that may not be allowed for the study. And the way to check that is either through the urine or the blood. But they'll ask for both in many cases. They might do an EKG where they put electrodes on your chest, and this is painless, completely painless, but it takes about 10-15 minutes to set up and to do, but it will read your heart rhythms, and it will make sure that it's normal heart rhythms, things like that you don't have any heart issues, any cardiac issues, anything like that. They may ask you some questions depending on what kind of study it is about your current symptoms, your current condition, whatever it may be. If it's a study for depression, they may ask you, how you're feeling, what your current mood is, and they have like big scales that will ask you in great detail exactly how depressed you are. They'll try to measure it, like they'll try to actually put a number and quantify how depressed you are. Now, if it's for something more subjective or more objective, like a diabetes study, there's no scales to go over, but they'll draw your blood and then they'll get the exact measurements right then and there for that particular study. This is typical of what happens, and then if the study does compensate for your time, you will get paid at that study visit. So make sure that if it's written in the informed consent that you will get paid, make sure that you do get paid at your first visit. Even if you're a screen failure, you should still receive compensation for your time, travel, parking, things like that. One other thing to keep in mind, notice I did not say anything about giving you a study medication, because usually at these first clinical trial visits, there is no giving out of the study drug. That's usually reserved for the second or third visits. Why? Well, they want to make sure that you qualify for the study first. So the whole purpose of the first visit or the screening visit, other than to inform you of what the study is through the informed consent, they want to make sure that you actually qualify, and they won't know the answer to that until they have analyzed your labs and your EKGs and sent your blood in and tested you for drugs and things like that. So they won't know whether you qualify or not until after your first visit's complete. So you should still get a payment for your first visit, but you more than likely will not get a study drug. So if you're concerned about that, you don't have to worry about that until the next visit, and you still have time to talk to the study doctors about the study medication, and you still have more time to do a little bit of research on it. Although at this point, if you already joined the study, you should be prepared for the study drug at your second or third visit. Hope this helps. I'm just trying to demystify your first study visit for you guys. So let me know how your study visit went. If you've done a first study visit, let me know. I want to hear your experiences, good or bad. www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks a lot.